Hey there guys, welcome back to Danganronpa 2. We are in the middle of what I think is Gundam's trial, but I don't actually know that yet. That's just my suspicion. So, let's get back to it. Let's continue. Because I like being tried. Or trying. I like trying.
What's the ultimate weapon that killed Mechamaru? And how'd they combine it with the pillar?
Gravity is the ultimate weapon.
Huh? You still don't know what the ultimate weapon is yet? It's what I found at the Octagon, you know.
Ultimate weapon is knowledge?
What is the Octagon? I haven't heard about that yet.
Oh my... I can't believe I have to explain that now. As long as you know what an Octagon means, you can solve this simple mystery easily.
Yeah, it's an 8-sided shape.
I see!
I mean...
If I recall, an octagon is a shape with 8 sides, right?
So it's like a hexagon with the square on top of it. Does that mean there's an 8-sided shape between
I
them?
didn't expect you to know that. For a substitute reserve course student, you're quite knowledgeable.
Man, I know more than you do, buddy.
I guess I should continue listening. Where is the place befitting of the name Octagon?
It's between the two towers. Ah. Cat move. It's going to be like right there. No, stupid.
Crap!
It's between them. No,
Crap!
stupid. Is that yellow thing supposed to be?
Crap!
It's between the two houses. I don't really get... I know where it is.
Crap!
If I don't click here, because I'm just like... That's the elevator. Okay, the elevator is there. It's going to be... That's the problem. It's on the other side of the... You go through the final dead room, and then there it is on the other side. You can't even see it from this angle.
Here!
Okay.
You're talking about the secret room surrounded by concrete in the depths of the...
Yeah, that you couldn't even see from the angle it was showing you.
Why is that place the Octagon?
You know how the 4-sided strawberry house is on top of the 6-sided grape house? If you cut a 4-sided shape out of a 6-sided one, you get 8 edges. It becomes an 8-sided shape.
That's basically the gist of it. The true identity of the Octagon is that secret room in the depths of the final dead room.
Really annoying, because I clicked on that several times and never took.
In actuality, that place contained various weapons.
Then the ultimate weapon was there too?
No, the ultimate weapon is knowledge.
That's a little different. I learned the true identity of the ultimate weapon at the Octagon.
Learn?
The true identity of the ultimate weapon is the funhouse, which means the killer used the building structure as their weapon and killed Mechamaru.
Awesome.
Like me, the killer probably realized the secret of the funhouse from the scenery, and then thought of a way to kill making use of the building structure.
Which is why they wanted to mask it so much.
The funhouse itself is the weapon. So they killed using the building structure?
That's why the killer tried to keep us from learning the mystery of the building. But more importantly, using the building itself as a weapon? Such a spectacular crime. It truly deserves to be called the ultimate weapon.
I very much disagree. Funhouse, the true identity of the ultimate weapon? What does this mean? How'd the killer use that to murder Mechamaru? And who is the killer that did that? Okay, yeah. I was almost right at the breaking point. I figured I would be.
Hiya!
What? I thought I had a new bad word to call Manomi. Then let me say it right away. I used insults and slander. I'm already used to insults and slander. There's no way I'll get hurt by a mere word. Manomi is a serious slafatly. Wow, that's like slut and fat at the same time. That's much more straightforward than I expected. Slafatly, huh? That's not it. That's not it at all. Stupid, fat, and ugly. No, there's definitely slut in there too. You can't tell me there's not. Perfect gesture of attack according to all three of these would be, ta-da, Stuffatly. Oh, it's Stuffatly, not Sluffatly. There's a fat hidden in there?
Okay, everyone.
Well, that was certainly worth. Not really. Sure, why not? Saving complete.
Hello. I hope your day is well. I'm trying to force myself to be more energetic, or else my mental state won't be able to keep up. Ugh, my heart's thumping like crazy. I might as well have a laid-back, so what attitude and go ahead with high energy. Yeehaw! But be careful that your batteries don't run out for various reasons. And just like I say each time, don't forget to say it frequently. I never expected the funhouse itself to be the ultimate weapon.
I still disagree that it is. That's not ultimate at all.
Oh well, let's just press on ahead.
I love Chiaki.
Is it really alright to accept a situation so easily?
Yep, it's fine. It's cool.
I mean, that's not what's important. The thing that's really important is the killer who used the building structure. Like, who's Mechamaru's murderer?
But is it really okay to believe the building is the weapon? Nagito said it, you know.
Yeah, but Nagito's been way more normal and straightforward this trial.
There's no way I'd lie at such an important moment. I don't want to die either.
That is not what you've been saying the entire game.
What happened to the bastard who kept saying how much they didn't mind dying?
He's right. There was a time when I thought I could become a stepping stone for your hopes, but I sincerely retract that remark.
Uh-oh, that means Nagito is in the running to be the next killer.
Retract?
Yeah, that means he takes it back.
I'm disappointed too, you know. If this was a murder for the sake of hope, I'd happily sacrifice myself.
You say such falsehoods, per usual. There is no such thing as murder for the sake of hope. Murder is simply murder.
I very much agree with that statement, Gundam.
Forcibly sacrificing others for one's own desires. Even one as diabolical as I would avoid such actions.
I see.
It's fine. Let's just leave him alone and find out who killed Coach Nekomaru as fast as we can.
I'm game for that.
Just so you know, it's not like I'm getting hungry or anything, you know. Akane, you were drooling waterfalls?
No wonder you're so dehydrated. You lose so much fluid through your mouth. Nikito, as usual. I can't tell what he's thinking, and I have no idea if he's serious or not.
Anyway, if the killer used the building structure, why don't we think about how they used it?
How they killed Nekomaru.
It might be better if we clarify the cause of death first, don't you think?
It's horribly damaged if he'd been beaten senseless by a blunt object. If he's being a blunt object, wouldn't be killed utilized the building structure. So what's Nekomaru's cause of death?
I see!
Yep. I'm actually really surprised at how close I was.
That's it. I think he might have died from falling.
Died from falling?
If the funhouse's secret is that it's a structure where both towers and houses are vertically connected, then the killer made use of its height and caused Nekomaru to die from falling.
Are you saying they pushed him off? Where'd they push him off from?
That I don't know yet.
Don't just make things up when you don't know the method.
Why are you so defensive, Gundam?
Where in that building would you even be able to push someone off in the first place?
It might be possible in the tower. You could push him off the 4th floor when the elevator is on the 1st floor.
Did you forget how the elevator functions? When it's on the 1st floor, the door on the 4th floor won't open.
Saying he died from falling is truly incorrect. You should burn in the flames of hell.
Gundam, I am really sad that it looks more and more likely that you're going to be dead.
But my gut is going crazy right now.
Mechamaru died from falling. Where did the killer show Mechamaru from? Make my argument.
When the elevator is on the 1st floor,
This
you
will be
can't go through the door on the 4th
Oh, damn it.
floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Then, how about this? After locking Mechamaru inside the elevator, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Hold on. Did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object inside.
Damn it.
Damn it! When the elevator is on the 1st floor,
You can't go through the door in the... It'd be impossible to shut... Then, how about after locking Mechamaru, they moved the elevator and made use of the drop? Hold on. Did you forget? As long as there's a moving object...
The other door won't open. Which means the elevator wouldn't have moved either.
That must be the threshold of that elevator.
Okay, that does not help me.
when the elevator is on the 1st floor, you can't go through the door on the...
What is Akane's account? That does not help me.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Then, how about this? After locking Mechamaru inside the elevator, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Hold on. Did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object inside.
What is the contact elevator? That doesn't help me.
The other door won't open. Which means the elevator wouldn't have moved either.
That must be the threshold of that elevator.
When the elevator is on the 1st floor, you can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
I mean,
How about this?
maybe we could say he wasn't moving, although,
After locking
again, I don't feel like that's
Mechamaru
very
inside
logical.
the elevator, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Hold on. Did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object inside.
Okay, that's it,
No, that's
apparently.
wrong. That sensor should only work if something is moving.
Again, that doesn't really make sense, though. Because it's not that I'm saying... the whole point is that I need to show that they can suspend him and not be in there to push.
If Mechamaru wasn't moving inside, the elevator sensor wouldn't have detected anything.
Could it be his sleep mode?
When Mechamaru's goodnight button is pressed, all of his functions shut down, and he enters sleep mode. If he's in sleep mode, the elevator sensor wouldn't have noticed him, right?
I see. So that's how...
However, even if they moved the elevator in that manner, Mechamaru would have just moved along with it. There would have been no drop for him to fall and die from. Yes?
That's what I was about to explain before Kazuichi interrupted me.
Silence, pest!
Sonya, you better back the hell off.
Now you're calling me a pest?
Oh, you don't have to have. When could have jumped on the elevator while Nekomaru was still in it? I don't even have an idea, but what could that be? The wire? Oh, I'm even starting with the wire.
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is... The hammer is suspicious.
What?
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
How about we all shut up and listen to what Chiaki has to say?
Wow, that's it.
Silence test.
Don't be so cold. What if I start to enjoy it?
Well, none of that was helpful.
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all
I think it is
to
still
think
the wire.
about the arrangement, right?
And
That
the
arrangement
broken handle, because it broke off when
is... The
Nekomaru
hammer
fell.
is suspicious.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
There we go.
I agree with that. Didn't the doorknob have scrape marks on it? That might have been where it got scraped by the wire.
Is that the same wire that was tied around Nekomaru?
It is indeed.
The tip of that wire was tied into a loop. If the elevator moved while that loop part hung from the doorknob...
If they did something like that, he would have been suspended in midair.
Absolutely.
That's right. He was suspended in midair. Huh? The killer tied up Mechamaru with the wire while he was in sleep mode. Tied the tip of the wire into a knot and hung it on the doorknob to the 4th floor. With that, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor of Great Tower. And suspended Mechamaru in midair.
That's right! He was so well hung!
No, Monica.
Kinda like...
No.
You better not finish that sentence!
The killer took advantage of the elevator's unique feature. Only the floor moves. By doing that, they created a drop so Nekomaru could fall to his death.
Too easy.
You're the one that's gonna fight with me? Are you sure?
So what if they created a drop? There's no way you can make him fall and die with just that. Why? If Nekomaru is suspended in midair like that, then how do you get him to fall? Because if he's suspended in midair, he won't die if he doesn't actually fall. Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a wire, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him off. There's no way they could do that.
It doesn't mean someone had to push him off. It's possible that he fell on his own.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right? If he was sleeping, there's no way he could do that to himself. Now's the time, but in that case, you still won't be able to explain. Moving the elevator with Nekomaru is just impossible. End of story. What? Nekomaru fell on his own?
Damn it.
Crap! What? Nekomaru fell on his own?
I don't...
Crap! What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right? If he was sleeping, there's no way he could do that. Now's the time, but in that case, you still won't be able to explain. Moving the elevator with Nekomaru in is just impossible. End of story.
Crap.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right?
Allow me to cut through those words.
Okay, but the sleep mode doesn't end until 7:30. And this happened, and he fell at 5:30, right?
What do you think would happen if Nekomaru woke up while he was suspended upside down in midair?
What are you saying? Like, how would he even wake up?
He has an alarm inside his body. As long as it was armed, it would have deactivated his sleep mode. Which means the killer set the alarm before they suspended Mechamaru.
If you woke up from an alarm and realized you were hanging upside down and had no clue why,
Interesting. I did not pick up on that at all.
if something like that happened to you, you would start panicking a lot, right?
More than a little, yeah.
Instinctively, your body would start moving. Mechamaru probably did exactly that.
And then, in order to make him fall from the force he was generating, the wire was hung on the tip of the doorknob so it would easily slip off. In actuality, the scrape marks caused by the wire were near the tip of the doorknob, right?
More like the middle.
But Mechamaru didn't fall because the wire came off, right?
He fell because the entire doorknob came off.
When Nekomaru awoke, he must have struggled much more than expected, which caused the doorknob to break off.
Was that unexpected for the killer too?
Well, that's probably it. If they knew it'd leave behind evidence like that, they would have at least tried to do something to cover it up.
I see. So that's how Nekomaru fell to his death.
Alright.
Do you finally understand now?
Yeah. It appears it's just as Miss Sonia said. I'm just a pest. No, I'm not just a pest. I'm a total fucking pig.
Oh, I actually feel sorry for Kazuichi now.
Isn't that right, Miss Sonia? If I'm a fucking pig, you can say so.
Oh my gosh, I don't feel sorry for him anymore.
No, I believe you gave your all.
Hey, why aren't you teasing me anymore?
This guy. He gets off on this.
So thanks to that alarm, Nekomaru ended up falling while he was still hanging upside down.
But the alarm wasn't set till 7:30 and he was dead at 7. That's what I don't... What?
That doesn't mean he just crashed straight into the floor. Of course, you know that too.
Of course I
right?
do. Give me some credit. He collided with a pillar.
I see.
When Nekomaru fell to the floor, he ended up colliding with the pillar. Isn't that it?
Yep.
Finally, the pillar!
So that's how the pillar shattered, and why oil was spilled all over the place.
See, I told you the pillar was the weapon. My gut was totally right.
Your gut is awesome.
Well, the pillar was a bonus. It's not even clear if the killer intended that, or if it was just a coincidence.
At this point, it is quite difficult to find a clue that will lead
That
to
is
the
very
killer.
true.
Then what about the alarm? I'm positive the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m. And if we map it out from there...
Hold on, baby gangsta.
Akane!
Stop calling me baby gangsta!
What'd you just say? Did you say the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.?
That's my conundrum.
You didn't check it yourself? Nekomaru's alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nah, that's impossible. Because even though I slept in a little, I still got to the tower at 7 in the morning.
Yep.
Now that you mention it, so did I.
We all got there. It was a big party.
There was no way I could be late for Monokuma Tai Chi, so I left for Grape Tower before 7 a.m. And if we found Nekomaru's body there, it would have been before the 7:30 a.m. alarm went off.
It appears yet another contradiction has been birthed. How were you able to discover Nekomaru died at 7:30 a.m. when you went to the tower at 7?
That's what I want to know.
Okay. I don't know how I'm going to break through this contradiction because I don't know the answer.
We headed for Grape Tower before 7 a.m., I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest... Was
Okay, who was it that checked all the... At 5:30 a.m. the alarm clock and the 10 ports are going off. There's someone who checked all the clocks.
set for 7:30 a.m.
Mechamaru died because of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
Killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest. That's gotta be it!
But you can't.
We headed for Grape Tower.
It'd be radio clock,
Before
wouldn't
7
it?
a.m., I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
Mechamaru died because of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must
Be an illusion. Killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest.
Okay, yep, that's how you break
That's
it.
wrong.
No, the clock inside his chest was a radio clock, so it would have been impossible to mess with.
So the killer changed all of our clocks in order
So
to...
you're saying there's no way the killer could have tampered with the clock?
Maybe the clock Miss Sonia saw was the one that got tampered with.
The clock inside Grape House?
No, I checked all the clocks inside the funhouse.
Oh, that's what I asked you to do. So you really listened to me and checked all the
I know,
clocks.
Nagito, it's almost like you're part of the family.
And because of that, I can confidently declare that all the clocks had the same time displayed.
If there's no possibility that the time was tampered with, then we must doubt that
But it is possible that all the clocks at the funhouse got
Please
tampered
believe
with.
me, we are not lying.
Then maybe it's a misunderstanding?
I never misunderstand. I'll crush you into dog food.
Totally contradiction. I don't think you should be doubt the testimonies. You should doubt the clock. Mistakenly something was done, but what was it? Maybe we misunderstood something. I think if I could, I should be able to find the answer to that mystery. I already found the answer. Don't logic dive me. I still like drive better. God, I am so... The first one was so fun! It spoiled me by having that jump and not the next jump. I am so bad at this! Okay. The time of the building. Had to read it, guys! What is this Rainbow Road stuff? Man, blue all the way. I'm blue, da ba dee da ba da, da ba dee da ba da, da ba dee da ba da. I couldn't get it. There was no way on that one. It was not happening. Ah, I was doing so well. Yeah, they all got tampered with. Blew all the way. Okay. Despite the bad start, I had a really good middle section.
It's all coming together. You said you checked all the clocks inside the building. Isn't that right, Fuyuhiko?
Yeah, none of the clocks had the wrong time.
But what if all those clocks had been messed with?
What? All the clocks?
So even if you checked all the clocks inside the building, there's no way you'd have noticed it.
I see. So the killer messed with the time inside the whole building by changing all the clocks.
Well, there's how many clocks are there? There's only 2, right?
So that's what it was. There's no way I would have noticed that.
This is truly fantastic!
Oh, Nikito's coming back.
Now's not the time to be pleased. More importantly, how much was the time off?
She's right. That's the main problem. Clarify how much time comes off after the killer messed with the clocks. Solving the next mystery. I'm going to reach the truth in one go.
If the time in the building was all messed up, then we could...
Okay. So again, at 5:30 a.m. I gotta see what they're saying.
Mechamaru's radio clock.
The time of death. It's clearly 7:30 a.m.
All
right.
What time would 7:30 be? In our time.
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down?
Akane's
If
account,
only I
yeah.
heard the sound when he fell. It would have been a great clue.
Or his scream. He's not the type to let only Mechamaru.
We would have heard it too.
There's no point in saying if does not exist in this world.
If the time
In the building was on that, then we can only rely on the time of death. It's clearly 7:30.
The problem is what's in our time.
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down?
There are.
If only I heard the sound when he fell.
I agree with that.
Okay. Good deal. Good deal. Good deal.
That's right. We should have heard the sound he made when he fell. Wasn't it that rumbling noise?
Rumbling? I thought it was just an earthquake, so I went back to sleep. Was that the sound from when Nekomaru fell?
Well, a huge body fell from the 4th floor to the 1st, and the pillar fell with it. It's obvious we'd hear the impact sound.
All right.
we heard that noise too.
It was when we were gathered at the Strawberry House Lounge. What is it, Sonia?
Oh, well. That sound everyone heard? I did not hear it at all.
Huh?
You probably didn't hear it because you were sleeping.
I could not sleep at all. I was awake the whole night with hunger pangs.
There's nothing to worry about. What's important is that rumbling noise anyway.
If we use that rumbling sound as a reference, we might be able to figure out how much our time
Yeah, we heard it at 5:30, which means that it was a
I
2-hour
heard
difference.
that sound probably around 5:30 in the morning.
Huh? You can tell?
I instantly woke up and left my room. And that's when I saw the clock in the lounge. Excellent work, Akane!
Yeah, 2 hours.
I see!
All right.
Nekomaru's alarm went off at 7:30, and if we heard the sound of his impact at 5:30, that means our time was off by 2 hours.
Absolutely.
2 hours? That much?
We were starving pretty badly. There's no way we would have noticed.
Plus, the funhouse has no windows. And there weren't any Monokuma announcements either.
However, for what reason did the killer alter our perception of time?
The reason is obvious. So they can lure out just Nekomaru.
Laura, only Nekomaru?
If you messed with the clocks and used a specific thing, you definitely get Nekomaru to the tower alone, right? From there, the killer's plan was a splendid success. That's all it means.
And with another splendid success, we're going to go ahead and end this episode. I will see you in 30 minutes when we hopefully identify the killer. I don't know, these usually go 5 parts, and this is only part 3. But I feel like that we're closing in on who I think is Gundam. But we'll just find out.